Hello, guys, and welcome back to Business Gamer. Today, I'm going to talk about something that I'll be honest, I'm worried about. Very, very worried about. As a lifelong fan of Marvel Avengers, I'm worried about, well, the game. I feel like the game will not live up to the same heights as the comic books have, and as well as the movies have done. I feel like the MCU will be the big brother of what I think they're making with the MGU, the Marvel Gaming Universe, if you want to say it like that. Luke Stevens just made a video, which I'll link below, about what they've just mentioned about Comic Con, how they're not going to show public gameplay. It's going to be in a closed room with, I think, roughly about 10 people. I don't know the whole fact, but I'll link it back because I quickly watched it. That is not great news, I'll be honest. It's not great news for anyone, whether it's the gaming publisher or us as the gamers, because that means that it's not finished. It's nowhere near finished. They are concerned about the product they are making, which is coming out, I believe, next year in May. That is short time. I think they're running on borrowed time, because if they're reluctant to show gameplay to the public now, then I'm concerned. I'm very concerned, and I'm really worried for it then, because what does it mean? Does it mean the game's not finished? Does it mean the game looks poor? I mean, from the trailer we got, I'll be honest, maybe I'm used to MCU. The character models, okay, I get it, but they looked really weird. Like Black Widow looked like Lord Farquaad of Shrek, if you want to say it like that. They didn't look cool or edgy. They looked kind of weird looking. They didn't look like Avengers, if I'm honest. I think the gameplay, there was no real gameplay. It was almost just a story trailer. So I really want to see more gameplay. I want to see how they'll do it. I want to know how it will feel to be the Hulk, for instance, compared to Iron Man. I want to know if the game's going to make you know which Avengers you're using, which strengths and weaknesses they have. I'm not seeing that much. I mean, even when you watch the interviews, the game developers don't even know what they're on about. I was more confident, if I'm honest, about Spider-Man PS4 than I am now, because when we saw Spider-Man, we saw the web swinging, we saw the story trailers, we saw in-depth interviews with the voice acting and whatnot. I'm not saying we haven't seen that with this new Avengers game with Crystal Dynamics. However, I felt like with the Spider-Man PS4 game, we got more of an in-depth look into it. We saw everything from the trailers that were done excellently with Joe Jonah Jameson talking over them, as we saw the city on the rise and how, as Spider-Man, you interact with the city. We haven't seen that with Avengers, and I'm worried about it. They keep saying free stuff, which for me, I think that's a bad thing. If they're saying, oh, these characters are going to be free when they are ready, that's worrying. I know some people say, but you hate paid DLC. Yeah, I know, but I feel like these characters are almost contingency plans already in case the game flops on day one, isn't what the fans wanted, not what the consumers were expecting. Something to help, like, hey, look, Pym is in the game. Ant-Man, go on, use his tech and whatnot. Go small, go big. I don't know. The thing is, I think the problem with them as well is that the game's gonna constantly live in the shadow of the movies. Not a lot of people read Avengers before the movies came out. I'll be honest, I never did. And now these games are living in the shadow of these big budget movies, and they gotta find a way to have their own USP almost. What's gonna make the game different? I know the obvious one being it's interactive media, but what's gonna make fans get the most value out of it? What's gonna be enjoying out of it? What's gonna be the bit where people go, wow, this game's amazing, this game's cool, this game's original, and it's the best superhero game? Because for me personally, they are still living in DC shadow. I know people are going to say, oh, it's only the Batman games, really. But also Injustice, I felt like Injustice is kicking them out the park with Marvel versus Capcom. And I feel like, Injustice and well as the Batman games are strong superhero games. And I feel like Marvel are trying to copy that. We saw that with Spider-Man. I feel like Spider-Man was on the same level as Batman Arkham City. If I'm being honest, I can't really tell them apart. Like, in terms of which one I like more. I wish if I was on Desert Island, I can take both of them with me because they're both great games. Compare that to this Avengers game, I'm just not getting that same feeling. And this news that's just come out that they're going to show it again in closed doors, it's not great. And all the YouTubers, the media, who were invited to go watch, they haven't really discussed it in detail. They haven't said what they're impressed with it. That's what I mean. The story, I'm glad that it's going to be original. You know, I think Captain America's gonna die. I don't really know what they're gonna do with that. Maybe there'll be some time travel. Who knows? It's Marvel at the end of the day. No one really dies, so there is hope. There is hope. I think, you know, ironically, you know, maybe they should put a big S on it, like for Superman for hope. But obviously they can't do that nowadays. But you know, I think there is a chance for it to be successful. But with this footage coming out, well, not coming out, sorry, that they're gonna behind closed doors again, which I'm very frustrated about because I actually want to see some gameplay of this game. So you know, it's gonna be hard. Crystal Dynamics, you know, they got try and do it. They gotta make sure this game is good. I don't care if I have to wait another year. I just want this Avengers game to be, you know, polished, you know, fluid and efficient in what it's trying to do. But you know, that's just my opinion. I'd love to hear your guys' opinions. Please like, subscribe, and share. And you know, hopefully see you guys soon.